Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick review of these two new boots I got. I haven't seen a whole lot of comparisons out there as far as videos go. Got the Redwing Mock Toe 6-inch on the left and Thorogood 814 4200 on the right. I think they called this Oil Slick, Briar Oil Slick, and this one over here is called, I think, Black Walnut. Pretty similar in color. Maybe the Thorogood is a little more reddish, while the Redwing has a little bit more brownish, but they look pretty similar. So as far as the quality of both shoes, both seem to have outstanding quality. I will say though, the Thorogood, it's got more of a supple and, I don't want to say thinner leather, but it's definitely not as stiff. The Redwing is stiff, and I own another pair of Redwings, and they took a good 8 to maybe 12 hours of actual walking to break in. This is pretty stiff right here. There's not much give at all, whereas there's a lot more give overall to this boot. So initial comfort on the Thorogood, if you do a lot of walking, these I would say would require no break-in time whatsoever. They're broken in already, whereas the Redwings here, I would say standard break-in time. If you've ever owned Redwings, I would guess, yeah, maybe 8 hours again to really have it mold to your foot and be comfortable. One thing I want to note, I have some aftermarket insoles in here because we can get a look. What comes standard right from the factory is this little, it's almost like, feels like very thin wood as the insole, and it's not comfortable at all. So I would say it's a requirement to at least put something in this shoe to make it tolerable for walking. Even with this thin Nike shoe insert, it made a ton of difference. The sole inside of here, the insole, is very comfortable. It's much more thick, as you can see, than even what I've got in there, and right off the bat they're super comfortable. Another thing you'll notice, the Redwings are shorter by a good inch and a half, and I will say when walking in the Thorogoods, you feel this a little bit. It's a little over your ankle bone, whereas the Redwings, your ankle bone is maybe right about here. So this may take some getting used to for you if you're not used to that. For me, I'm not as big of a fan of that feeling. I kind of prefer the shorter style here. That's just my opinion. We turn these over to get a look at the bottom. They're pretty much identical. Typical mock toe pattern here. I'll say though, just feeling these with your hand, you can see there's actually a little bit more texture on the Redwing, and when you run your hand over it, it is a significant difference. If you're walking around in wet or slick areas, again, I don't think either of these are waterproof, but I would say the Redwing is going to grip significantly more. I haven't walked in wet weather with either of these yet, but that's just my opinion. Design and style wise, I don't know, this is subjective, but you'll kind of see there's a little more stitching, a little bit more going on here. You get the USA tag. That may be for you, it may not be for you. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the tag, but again, You know, I like that it's made in the USA. This is just more simplistic. It's not screaming for attention. It's just classic Redwing. I tend to prefer that. Kind of looking at it straight on here, you'll notice the tongue is a little shorter on the Redwing. Again, it's a little more comfortable. It sits a little nicer when you have them on. Again, it's just kind of a looks and feel thing, and, you know, maybe up to you. I did notice as well, don't know if it's on this boot, yeah. You can see a little bit of the stitching, you know, coming loose already. No clue if that's going to be a wear and tear issue long term. You can see on the Redwings pretty much solid along the whole route. Again, I don't know. You know, it's a minor detail. In a year or two, you might notice that coming loose. Again, I'm not a huge boot expert, just kind of comparing the two. And then to the eyelets, you'll see these are more of a kind of a silvery nickel look, where these are, I don't know if you can tell, but they're more of kind of a brass, kind of more old school style. And then you got these here. I think both have 7 eyelets total. And the laces are virtually identical. The Redwings seem to be maybe a little more, I don't want to say waxy, but they seem to hold together more tautly, when these are, they feel kind of a little more flimsy. Not a huge difference, but again, something minor that you might pick up on. And then of course there's price. At the end of the day, it really comes down to you. $270, about $150. Almost double the price for pretty much the same thing. At the end of the day, you know, maybe go try both. See what you prefer. I kind of prefer the Redwings only because I have a pair already. I've never owned Thorogoods, but if I was in a pinch, you know, money-wise, I needed something that just was comfortable right off the bat, all day long, I would go with these guys. They fit pretty much the same. Maybe Thorogoods offer a little more room, so guys with wider feet, this offers a touch more space than the Redwing, but I don't have wide feet, so it's not really an issue for me, either one of these. That's really about it. Both quality boots. Not much else to say. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thanks, guys.